day. Welcome to my work presentation for Alpine Vocab Prototype, a vocabulary learning app. My name is Megan Sims. In order to put this prototype together, I needed to conduct quite a bit of research and competitive analysis and some user interviews before, of course, putting together a persona and highlighting his demands and then moving on to flowcharting and wireframes. Of course, conducting some usability tests, going back to the drawing board with some improvements after putting together early prototypes, and then, of course, coming up with next steps and what I've learned. So in terms of competitive analysis, I researched Memrise, Magoosh, Anki, and Duolingo. Memrise is primarily for beginners and does not teach words in context. Magoosh is simply for testing purposes. It's a test preparation application, does not offer vocabulary overview nor language learning. Anki Droid is extremely powerful, but very, very complex and very difficult to use, learn to use, and to navigate. Duolingo offers multiple exercises for vocab, pronunciation, and grammar, but is geared towards beginners and has translation issues. From there, I actually was able to interview 3 different people. All of their wants and needs included creating their own flashcards. They wanted that ability. They want the ability to memorize words and being able to learn to quickly communicate. They also wanted visuals and they need to access their app from anywhere. From there, I was able to put together a persona sketch of Brian, who is 30 years old, living in Spain. He is a teacher who's very socially active, loves to travel. His wants and needs include socializing, of course, and wanting to learn vocabulary to meet new friends, but he needs to learn Spanish vocabulary for work. So his problem is he needs a way to study and learn new vocabulary very quickly to communicate. And I believe that generating a flashcard app with spaced repetition and aids, conversations, and offline accessibility will allow him to meet this goal. So his social demands, he wants to be able to meet new friends and speak with them and communicate. He wants to be able to use the application when he travels, and he wants to study on the go. He must learn Spanish in order to communicate in business settings. From there, I was able to look at 2 different tasks, creating a Word deck and review vocabulary. Creating a Word deck, I created a flow chart showing how it would actually happen once I got to my prototype. The same with reviewing vocabulary. I wanted to give Brian and users the ability to have many different ways to review particular vocabulary within a deck. So I put pen to paper and started putting together some wireframes. This is one for creating a deck and flashcards. And on this page, we can see these are the wireframes for reviewing a deck. From there, I was able to conduct a usability test plan with 4 different users. My users all had little problem or no problem with logging into Google and reviewing another deck, according to the error severity rating scale by Nielsen. They did have a minor cosmetic problem with creating a deck to study, but creating a flashcard and choosing a deck to review was a usability problem. So from there, as we can see highlighted here, button sizes were a bit small, game option was missing, there is no word study option, decks aren't able to be seen, and there's no sentence generator. So back to the drawing board. Improvements, I upgraded for button sizes, included a word study option here, showed existing decks on the creating new deck screen, and gave a game option button. So from there, my next steps would be working on a sentence generator, do more retests on my prototype, definitely work on my keyboard interactions, and possibly put in some UI additions. What I've learned is that it's not about me. I must know my competition and my users. Do not get too worried about the details. Definitely revise, because that's how things get better. And then, of course, be extremely open to critique.